And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Whiskerwood. I'm just unpause the game here to little of the music going, and then I think we're gonna accept. We're up to 10 degrees C. I don't think we need the heating stoves in anymore, so we're gonna go around and we're gonna start destroying all of these. The long-term plan of replacing them all with the steam radiators. We'd like to be warmed with steam, not with everyone having their own little personal cooking fire, let's say. Cooking stove out near them. Delete those two. Delete that one. Here's one. Some of these are a little easy to find. Some of these are going to be a little bit harder to find. So one of the reasons I'm not deleting the first one I clicked on is so that I can use this one, because I know where this one is. If I press T, it'll take me to a different one. So we know we have one there. I think we got a couple over here. Yes. In fact, we probably don't need this fire tender over here if we're going to replace this with steam. So this unassign you, delete you, delete you, delete you. There's 6 left. Okay, there's one there. That's one of them. That's one of them. That probably means I don't need this fire tender anymore. Oh, I may still want that staircase. Oops. Yeah, probably still wanted that staircase. And obviously, deleting these is going to remove a bunch of the pollution, which should help keep our citizens happy. Okay, how many do I have left? 4. That would make it 3. And where that one is... Oh, I've got one hidden in there, okay. Again, we don't need that fire tender there anymore. That was to come up here and tend fires up here that don't exist anymore. Okay, so it's those 2 left in there. That's all our fires. And then we can get rid of the spare fire tenders, because unless they're managing those sort of heating areas, we don't need the fire tenders either. You are tending a fire, so you're tending that one. So we want to keep that one. You're traveling over there, although you're probably not tending a fire anymore. So, get rid of you. Got the 2 over here intentionally, so we should have... I've got rid of the spare fire tenders. We should only have 3 fire tenders. So I should only need 3 fire tenders. Oh, kind of hiding down there. Okay. We have another one in here. Okay. There we go. So with that, we should be good to focus purely on heating with steam radiators. You can see all the heat zones collapse as they don't, the sources of those heats don't exist anymore. We do have the smuggler coming in. Smuggler, obviously, we want to sell you ropes. We don't actually need very many ropes, so we sell off a bunch of ropes right now. Gonna hold on to the smoked fish. We don't need the woven cloaks, so we'll sell the woven cloaks off. Keep the tailored cloaks. We're going to be using a lot less fuel, so we'll sell fuel. Also, one of the reasons I had this stockpile of fuel go up to 500 is so we could have some to sell. Suppose I can sell some cut stone. I got lots of stone, so I have no problem making more stone, and we'll sell planks. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Take 26 of 30 bars here. And then here's the tax collector. Again, a little tempting to go up to the highest tier so we can try to pull ration meals. Although, the question is... Yeah, Conan's the thing we wanted to sell. Trinkets, we didn't generate any yet. So it's gold bullion. I don't want to be pushing too much gold bullion out the door to hit that target. Yeah, no, we're just going to go up to this tier. At least then we can get bread and such. Bread instead of hardtack, yeah. Okay. Here's the Whisker ship. Again, we're mostly looking, I think, for farmers with good traits. Okay, we're gonna do reroll here. We got plenty of rerolls, so I should use them. Apprentice can't smell on an engineering position actually does make sense. We'll pick you up. Apprentice warm core for farmer. That's decent. Optimist and swift. There we go. And then we send the ship off. There are whiskers coming in tomorrow. So we're not gonna turn on the trinkets yet. Here's our supply ship. The gift supplies. Copper bars, iron bars is real tempting. Don't really need the machinery, and then we can go clothing. Yeah, let's do those two. And then supply ship. I don't need the first one. The legs is maybe a little tempting. We don't need the first one. Not a lot of hardtack or tailored cloaks in the second one. Not really that interested in tea. Don't need the EU. Although, do I want that food? You know, we're going to do something a little bit weird. We're going to take the first one here because I want the food. The logs aren't going to be too bad. And we just sold off a bunch of the cloaks, so... Also keeps the debt fairly low. A bunch of our mines are idle. Or a bunch of our camps are idle. Excuse me. Those are technically two different things. There's one camp. This one is... Last check was chasing some copper into the side. Which it can still chase, so that's good. And we got big deposits of coal, so there's definitely stuff for it to chase. It's more interesting than copper at the moment. And then one is the earthworks is done. Okay. We filled the holes in to the degree that we wanted them filled in. Good. Oh, and these guys are not going to start complaining. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Not too bad. I think we will grab another one of these and bring them down as well. Move. Plop you there. And we do need some more housing, or could benefit from some more housing. I'm going to go ahead and put in another fishing dock. We probably don't need the fish during the farming season when we can get mushrooms, but at the moment the extra food won't be a problem. And then we'll do a couple stone row houses in here. Provide the housing. Camp's idle, though. This one. Mine tool. You were chasing rock salt, and I would not be surprised if you've run out of rock salt to chase in the hole. Okay, so the hole... If we do a little bit more, we'll be able to get some more rock salt. Okay, let's do a little bit more improvement of heating. During this weather, it should be easy to figure out where we need the heaters. In fact, it might be worth taking advantage of the fact that we know where we need the heaters and not bother to hook them up right now. As weird as that may seem. Why are you warm? We didn't miss a... stove. Did I miss a bonfire? Or campfire? Thinking. Yes. Missed you. There we go. And at some point we'll probably want to punch another small hole so we can get the steam line coming in to heat in here. So yeah, don't need to do that right away. Oh, actually, thinking about it, I haven't been checking up on you. We know you're going to need one as well, so actually move this mining camp and work on that right now. Okay, so that's going to be our way we get our steam in, and we're going to probably surround the crop field with steam at some point to keep it nice and warm, so we can do mushrooms through the winter. Oh, No, that's probably fine if I floor it up. Okay. I was hoping we were one floor lower, but that'll probably be fine because we've already got stuff there. And you. Okay, back to what I'm thinking about, which is putting the steam radiators in. We don't want blocking paths, but we do want it probably cover the housing areas. That's actually pretty good coverage for the housing areas. So we say there for you. Ground floor, a little bit on heat there. Okay, so unless they're powered, they don't show their current radius, which makes them a little bit hard to make sure we've got them plumbed right how we want. Okay, that warms that area up quite a bit. Another one of our mines is, well, another one of our camps is idle, which is actually a woodcutter. That woodcutter. Continue working our way up the hill here. some more coverage. Up to 27 radiators. Probably support up to 30 without having to put more boilers in. Or maybe not. Maybe I don't have enough. In fact, we're out of steam in the middle of the night. Back at max approval. Today, I think we get whiskers, and then we'll probably start making trinkets again. Yeah, whiskers today, and we'll start making trinkets again. Camp is idle. There's more hopper at the bottom of that hole. That's good to see. We're still 10C. I think it's 15C when the heating turns off. Heavy Eater, My Pace, Thoughtful, Pessimist, Heavy Eater, Apprentice Strong Shoulders. So it'd be the Apprentice Strong Shoulders mainly to pick up. Sure. We're gonna need that for fisheries anyway, and we'll just take one. And to make this fishing dock work, I actually need an apprentice fisherman. So I'll assign you there. There we go. More fish to be coming in. So the next thing to do would be to put more smokeries up, and or get table salt for them. And adequately covers the flax fields, at least on this side. Yeah, it would adequately cover them on this side. Might wait until winter, or at least until it starts cooling back down again. Don't worry too much. And then, yeah, if I want to harvest all the mine that we can see, or all the resources we can see here, I should get started on that, because I want to fill the holes back in to smooth the place out. Yeah, I should be getting more of the boilers in. Don't have enough boilers, apparently. Get the pollution plume. Although that's part of the reason we're putting all the industry here is there's the pollution plume that goes off over the water there, over the deep water. And then you will have a job, because it's going to be filling these holes in as we make them. You're basically carving the ore out, and then filling the hole left from the ore behind. Nope, that's not what I want. Yeah, that's what we want. Filling the hole back in, so we get a nice smooth surface here for city building. But still get our iron and potash. With the fuel consumption being lowered, probably begin swapping you over to making fertilizer. Swap one over to fertilizer. But we'll put a limit on the fertilizers. We're not floating too much. Like 200 fertilizer. Definitely do with more approval. Tomorrow we get a whisker ship. If we assume we get about the same amount of approval, we'll want to turn the trinket making off when we hit about 900 something. Probably 800 something. We don't need that much approval, I suppose, for any whiskers, because I don't pick up that many whiskers. Time to move into the camp. Or, in this case, continue to get deeper into the mountain. Okay, not a particularly productive excursion there to get more copper, but there's copper at the bottom of that hole, and okay, we maybe don't need copper as badly as we did before. The copper bars have started to pile back up again. We're not running big long swaths of pipe to minimize the number of refueling things we're doing. There's an ore furnace. How big are you? I think we want to run another one of those. It's probably the last one, and probably just run, and this will just be running the gold. Factories. That's the blast furnace, that's not the ore furnace, that's the ore furnace. It does fit perfectly in there. Put another fire tender over here. I think these guys are outside the range of the existing one, is what's going on. Either they're just that busy, I'm not sure. They must just be that busy. Yeah, okay. We definitely need a second one then. They're getting that busy. Whoops. Oh, that's the side they come in. Okay. And we'll put some sort of decoration, I think, in front of the other one. Here we go. I'm gonna put a miscellaneous warehouse over here. Yeah, I'm gonna add one more miscellaneous warehouse over here. This one I'm not gonna tell you can or can't have things. I'm just gonna let it take, or let it be delivered to it. And then transport-wise, we have a logistics. Oh, the logistics is bigger than I thought it was. I was thinking it was a 2x1. It's 2x2. Our existing logistics guys, are you full? You are full. Oh, what have you got for current logistics requests? Have you actually, are you successfully fulfilling them? Now it's looking a little behind schedule. Either due to there not being enough stuff or not enough deliveries, but definitely not enough people, because we got food, we got fish to be delivered in particular. It hasn't been delivered. Yeah. Okay, the earthworks is complaining it doesn't have anything to do, which is true. It finished what it was working on. Not necessarily we actually truly run out of things for it to do, because I want to fill that in. I want to fill those in. There we go. One of these days I'll have to check to see if these guys are adequately filling up during the day, or if I need to assign more workers to get them delivered. Oops, I forgot we were going to turn the thing off. Let's do that now before we forget. All of last night's approval into trinkets, which is not quite what I should have done, but it's been done. So we got 765, so we won't be able to pick up a lot of whiskers, but we will be able to pick up a few choice ones. Yeah, bland food is the biggest complaint. Hard labor is the next biggest complaint. Hard labor is going to be happening. They have to do that. Dirty fur is a little concerning. It probably means I need another bathhouse somewhere. People are either not adequately getting to the bathhouse, or I don't have enough throughput. We've got 3 bathhouses. 1, 2, 4 bathhouses. Might need 5. Smuggler is here. We're not going to have as much for the smuggler this time. We haven't had the entire, winter to prep. Okay. Eleven more gold bars for the stockpile. There's the tax collector. First, let's get workers assigned to this ore furnace. Okay. Then the tax collector. So, selling the trinkets. And the cotton. Do you want to run for the rations? No. We'll save the cotton, just accept the bread as our option. Okay, food stockpile's looking a lot better. source that mine out for the moment. Whisker ship. So I can take choices, or take the choices, or I could just send them away. Craftmaster, healthy farmer, sure. Apprentice considerate. Can probably make do without that. And smell is a little tempting if I knew I was going to put him in industry area. No, I'll be conservative. We'll just pick the one up for the moment. At some point I should do a check on what the balance is. So that's our miners. Maybe getting a little low on the miners, but we can always pull them back from mining, I suppose. That's our engineers. We got lots of engineers. Don't need more engineers. Unassigned farmers is starting to grow in number, so we're not actually even that desperate for whiskers at this point, I'm going to say. We've got a pretty decent balance. Yeah, we're going to reroll here. You don't need the cutstone, don't need the planks. Don't even really need the copper bars. We'd appreciate the iron, but we're not desperate for that right now. Okay, we'll take this one. Bread, spices, and iron. Okay, so the steam's back to full. That's good to see. Although the steam's obviously back to full because we're not really burning very much, right? To heat the town, because the town doesn't need to be heated during the warmer parts of the summer. Oh, you're set to copper, which is not right. I want you set to gold. Make me gold. 1 gold ore plus 1 fuel plus a lot of time equals gold and pollution. And some tongs for the rest of the plates. I was wondering for a moment why it wasn't complaining about not having anything to mine, and then I remembered it's close enough to our mine entrance here, the shaft entrance, that they're just going down the elevator and mining underneath. So I want them surface mining, I need to be designating the holes to surface mine in. Okay. A 159. Do you get back up to maximum approval? Let me guess, we don't actually have whiskers coming in. Not today, not tomorrow. At that rate, we could definitely accept making some trinkets. Oh, I should be researching. That might be one reason we're sitting on so much copper. Iron pots. I don't think we have any buildings that use the iron pots. Homegrown tea will facilitate independence, but demands fertilizer to grow. Okay. Could do the large warehouse. I'm gonna see how well that works. Or I could work on the luxury supplier to get bedding and furniture. Let's do the large warehouse. Now, what's our stockpile of fertilizer? Is that easy? Would check. We're up to 57. And then you're easy to pay off. We just throw machinery at you. I'm apparently not industrialized enough for the machinery to be all that expensive. For my needs, I don't need very many. Here we go. Okay. What am I thinking about? I'm having sort of mental project. Oh yes, I was thinking about fertilizing. So you deplete the nutrients quite a bit. Oh, I think I know why. Probably because when it's during the winter, its nutrient quality goes up. Okay. Well, let's start distributing fertilizer to our lower fertility fields. Either that or the flex doesn't defertilize the fields very much. you're being fertilized and you're having your rocks removed. You got the rocks down pretty high. You're down to 57, so it's definitely improving. Slowly removed by farmers, and we are distributing fertilizer to improve your fertility. Crop fertility is 117% for the mushrooms. How many nets do we have? Wondering if we're still running on nets of overproduced past. No, we are in fact down to like 50 nets. Okay. We're running on scissors of past, apparently. We've got 519 scissors. Well, coming up where I should probably put a part break, so we'll put the part break here as we transition into summer of year 6, unless I've lost count of how many years we've had. Yeah, we're having all the people come up personally to get their coats, which maybe isn't the best of things. So the biggest remaining complaint, now that the pollution is gone for the moment, is bland food. So food quality improvement is still something we should be working on. Our people are getting picky, and they would rather something better than just smoked fish. Meal in and meal out, apparently. Okay, before I get too carried away playing more, it's time for a part break for YouTube. So you're watching on YouTube, we will record another part tonight, so there will be another part for you tomorrow. I think things are going well. We're stockpiling a bunch of iron, sort of in preparation for when it starts to get cold, so we can go ahead and know where we need to distribute the steam radiators a little bit more effectively. Right now we don't have the magic trick of knowing it's cold for figuring out where to place them. But yeah, we do want to distribute enough that in theory we can try to keep the farms going over the winter, is I think what we'll try to do. Which is going to cost a lot of iron, probably a lot of logs, And then we might actually need to put some more baths. Set some more baths up. We're getting some complaints about Whiskers not being able to bathe over the next couple episodes. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, I hope you have been enjoying. I'm going to be taking a short break to get up, stretch the legs, and sip some of my tea, and then we'll be back to record one more part. And then I'm feeling reasonably awake, so we might try to do that Shadow Empire example that I'm thinking of doing. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.